Perfect.
Welcome to Messy World. You love messy, and we're here to bring it. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now, this outrageous story right here comes out of the state of Ohio, where a security guard in Toledo, Ohio, is now facing a criminal charge because he pulled a gun on a sheriff's deputy when the officer was in his uniform. All right, now, he pulled the gun on the sheriff's deputy because he was wearing his weapon into an IRS office while he was on duty. Okay, so Lucas County Sheriff Deputy Alan Gaston stopped at the IRS office on May 31st to inquire about a letter he had received. Then a security guard by the name of Seth Eklund informed the deputy that he could not be armed in the IRS office and told the officer that he would have to secure his gun in his vehicle. Well, go ahead and watch the video to see what happens in this situation.
As Lucas County Sheriff's Deputy Alan Gaston enters the IRS office, he's in full uniform with his badge and his firearm visible. He's on duty May 31st, but says he stopped at the office for a phone number to ask about a letter he got from the IRS. Deputy Gaston says the guard told him he needed to put his gun in his car. Gaston said he couldn't do that. The conversation ends with a gun pointed at the deputy's back. Gaston vividly remembers that moment.
Basically preparing myself to be shot at that moment, bracing for a shot in my back.
The whole thing caught on security camera as the guard follows Deputy Gaston to the elevator with the gun out, and it appears his finger very close to the trigger. The guard then tries to take Gaston into custody, once again with the gun drawn.
There's really no way to know how you're going to act when there's a gun pointed at you and when you think you're going to lose your life.
Gaston works as a defensive tactics instructor. He says he felt the best way to de-escalate this situation was to walk away. Eventually, Toledo police arrived after getting a 911 call.
He's got a gun and he won't leave.
But the caller from inside the IRS office never tells 911 the man with the gun is a uniformed deputy sheriff. Gaston's biggest concern as this incident unfolded were the other people inside the office.
If I'm going to get shot, which I felt like I was, it's not fair. They came there to do their business.
Gaston and his wife have now filed a civil lawsuit against the security guard Seth Eklund and the security company, seeking compensation after Gaston allegedly suffered emotional and psychological distress and lost wages. He's currently on medical leave from the Lucas County Sheriff's Department. He has a message for that security guard.
I would say clearly your training is lacking, and the fact that you went from 0 to 100 lethal force is unacceptable.
That security guard, Seth Eklund, is now facing a charge of aggravated menacing. He's due in court next week. We tried to reach out to him today, but could not contact him. We also reached out to the IRS for a comment today, but we've not yet heard back, Leah and Diane.
Alright, so you seen that video and you seen how outrageous that was for that security guard to pull his gun on the sheriff's deputy while he was walking around in the IRS office. Now, that just goes to show, that if a black man is in uniform and he gets a gun pulled on him like this, just can you imagine what happens to black men who are not in uniform? And it just goes to show that some of these security guard police officers go from 0 to 100 are doing the most. Okay, so this was outrageous, and yes, it's great that him and his wife are suing, and they are going to sue them for all the emotional trauma and damage that they experienced in this situation, and I hope they win every bit, and that security guard has to pay the cost for such reckless behavior. Well, you let us know what you think about this. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Please like, share, and subscribe for more messy entertainment.